Welcome, folks. I am Jabby Kaway, joined by you guys. It's just me. We're looking at Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery official teaser from Netflix. You guys, thanks so much for joining me. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this sucker up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. And here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is it.
You expected a mystery.
Get your hand off of that.
You expected a puzzle. But for one person on this island, this is not a game.
Will you explain it to us then, Detective?
Holy!
Really, Duke?
Oh my God!
Really? Lock the doors.
Stay in your rooms.
Everyone
Is in danger.
All right. When's the murder mystery start?
Yo, this looks like fun. This looks like a lot of fun. I really liked the first Knives Out. I'm not typically a murder mystery dude, just so you know, full disclosure, but I like Knives Out. I thought it was fun. Part of what made it so spectacular was just the cast and their great acting. They made it a very compelling story for me, and here again, we have a cast of wonderful people that are gonna be hanging out for the entire film during this murder mystery. Oftentimes what happens with a sequel, especially when the first one does so successful, budget is ballooned and it just gets blown out of proportion in terms of, you know, budget and whatever it might be. Oftentimes you'll see this with like Fast and Furious, where the last one did good and then they gotta level up. Now they're in space. What I like about this is while I can tell that they have a bigger budget this time, and Netflix is just, yo, make it great. While they have a bigger budget this time, I don't think it's forgotten what makes it so cool, and that is really good actors interacting and doing some really cool scene work and selling us on fearful endeavor that they're part of. Right away, I got excited just seeing the cast around the table. I've been a long Edward Norton fan, and I'm always happy to see him back doing more stuff. I mean, I think that ever since Fight Club especially, I've been a big Edward Norton fan. I know that some people give Daniel Craig crap about his accent. I think his accent's fun. I enjoy it. What's interesting is I was just reading about Rian Johnson. I was reading about his conflict with Mark Hamill for episode 8, and it was just interesting how there was a great deal of loss in a way for Rian Johnson, because he came out with episode 8 and there was so much excitement around it. Disney was excited and they're like, we're gonna give you a trilogy. You're gonna do a Star Wars trilogy separate from the Skywalker family. And it's like, cool. And he started working on it, and then there was all this bad feedback on episode 8, and Disney's like, you know what, psych. And they took it away from him. I'm pretty sure that's gotta put you in a bad state, but then he recovered quite quickly with Knives Out, and then Netflix gave him this opportunity to do like multiple Knives Out films. And how cool is that? Like that's to me, that's quite the comeback. Anyone else, you're given Star Wars and then it's taken from you, and so many people are hating on your movie that you were passionate about. I can imagine like the kind of mental state that might put you in, but to be able to come back and do this, that's awesome. So I've watched Jessica Henwick a few times now. The first time, obviously I noticed her is I think the first time most people noticed her, which is in Iron Fist. I watched about 45 minutes of that and I was like, you know what, I'm out. I might try to go back and watch that. I don't know, do you guys think it's worth it to try to go back and watch that? Maybe do a watch along to that? It was very painful to try to get through that I couldn't make it through the first episode. And then I noticed her again in Matrix, and I thought that she did a pretty good job in there given the material she had to work with. While this is just a fraction of like the movie, obviously, because it's a commercial, this is the most interesting I've seen her. You know, they crafted a character that was cool, I guess, for Matrix for her, but like it didn't leave an impression on me like, oh my gosh, like I need to go back and watch her scenes, her action or her talking, whatever. There was nothing that ultimately left an impression on me. And so here, she's this kooky character who's kind of goofy. I mean, she nearly knocks over this expensive art piece, right? She's already interesting. She's already, like, just what she's doing here is already more interesting to me than what I've seen her do before, which is odd because the other stuff is just, like, dynamic. It's action and all that stuff, and she's flipping around and whatever. This is so much more simple, and she seems like a slightly unsophisticated character that she's playing here. Maybe that's being generous. Maybe she's just, like, kind of dumb, I guess. You know, she's doing a good job at playing whoever this person is, and if I had to guess, she's kind of the Ana De Armas of this movie. Not to make any guesses as to what the end of the film will be, but Ana De Armas was sort of like this very innocent character who was caught in the middle of all this, is how I'm trying not to say anything because I don't want to give anything away. If you haven't seen the first Knives Out, for all intents and purposes, she was more of the character caught in the middle of everything. That's already giving away a lot, but there.
It's something I've had since I was a kid. It's a physical thing that just the thought of lying, yeah, it makes me puke.
Really?
Maybe Jessica Henwick's character is somewhat the same because, like, she's young, she's cute. For her to just kind of accidentally do this thing, it says to me that she's in an environment she's not used to. I'm really happy to see Dave Bautista as well. My first exposure to Dave Bautista has been like action, 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 action. Very slowly, we've been seeing him do other things that is more than just action, but it's more character stuff, and it's interesting. I'm happy that Dave Bautista has found a way to transform into doing other things that are still, obviously he's got his size, and so he's still like an intimidating person to look at, but he's managed to find a way to leverage this into doing stuff that is more focused on acting, and I like that a lot. Now, he's still firing a gun, but I don't think he's gonna be like tossing bitches or anything in this movie. He's not gonna be doing any fighting or whatever. He's a capable dude, and he's interesting to watch, you know, and so I'm happy to see him in this as well as part of the ensemble cast. Hopefully from here, Dave Bautista can continue to do like other interesting character roles rather than just continuing to do action. Like, I'd love to see him continue to do action, but from what I understand, he doesn't want to get like bulked out anymore because it taxes his body so much. And I kept hearing rumblings about him not wanting to come back for Guardians of the Galaxy because of that very thing. Like, it's just a lot for him at his age. But I'm happy to continue to watch him to act. He's an interesting dude, to say the least. The other cast members, I'm not as familiar with, so I don't want to speak on them. Given the last project, given the last Knives Out, I would say that I'm confident that they're all very, very capable actors who are going to make this interesting, to say the least. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Hopefully you enjoyed some of this, and let me know your feelings in the comments below. Do you already have a suspicion as to who done it? Who might be the one? I mean, based on some of the expressions that Edward Norton's giving in this, he's the last person I'm suspecting right now, but maybe that's a good red herring, a misdirect. So let me know what you suspect from the trailer in the comments below. Thanks again, I'm Jabby Kuwait. Peace out.